Look at this beautiful homegrown organic cabbage. The phone rang a few days ago. Mama, guess who's calling? I said, who? It was my closest, dearest friend. I always say my farm friend. You guys have heard me say my farm friend. She called and she said, are you guys going to be home? Because I have cabbages homegrown from her farm and onions. I said, did you know we are running out of sauerkraut? So now let's make some sauerkraut. Today I'm getting help from my little food processor. Let's go ahead and shred it, the cabbage. And if you don't have food processor, you can just cut it up using knife. I will go ahead and mix some salt, massage it, get a clean glass mason jar, and that's it. Sauerkraut is good for our gut and our family here. We focus on good, healthy gut. And every time it's a meal time, I do my best to remember to bring out the sauerkraut. So a couple of spoons will do a day and enjoy it with our meal. So right now, we'll just pour all of it into the glass mason jar, clean it, and I will go ahead and get a plate and let it sit on my counter for about a week and let those gases, unwanted gases, release. Wipe the glass jar, and I rinsed it, and that's really it, you guys. It's so easy, so simple, so healthy. And let's go ahead and set that here by the Berkey. So I made it 2 half a gallons of mason jars. Let it sit about a week. Put it into the fridge, and we will go ahead and use it. Right now, I just poured the water, some vinegar, peppercorn, and some salt. And these are the beautiful onions. She also dropped it off. And I don't want the onions to go to waste. So let's go ahead and put to use. As you can see, the onions were so hot, so fresh. So I asked Sharifa, I said, my eyes are burning. Please give me glasses. So she did. That's why I have glasses. And then I had to put my face into the freezer. So anyway, I warmed it up, the vinegar mix. And that's really it. I chopped the purple onions and poured it to the mix. And let's go ahead and set it onto the counter as well. And we have tons of white also. These are kind of yellow onions that she dropped it off for us. Thank you so very much for thinking of us. I'm keep trying to breathe out because the onions are so fresh. Just came out of the garden from my friend's garden. And my husband just walked in and he's like, what's up with the glasses? Yes. Are you trying to look cool as always? I said, yes, babe. Thank you. But I said, I'm taking care of the onions. So anyway, look at these beautiful homegrown onions. And where are my manners? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everyone, welcome to Muslim Farmville. I was so excited to share it with you with my fermenting day here. Fermenting all day, I should say. So here are the rest of the onions. I was able to cut it up and pour it into this dish with a nice cold water. And then let's go ahead and cut up the rest of the onions and pour it into the glass mason jars again. And pour the mixture, vinegar and water, peppercorn, and a little bit of salt. Just let's pour them all. Wipe each glass mason jar as well. And I will let it sit for a few days. And these nice onions, what I like to do is use it with salads or pizza toppings, whatever we need to use for these onions so they don't go to waste either. And Look at this. It's so simple. Nice fermented onions are delicious. I'll just go ahead and wipe them and wipe as I go. Let's give a quick cleaning here in the kitchen. So I am happy that the cabbage is done, the onions are done, and then my husband brought basil microgreens, and I do have that too, but I think for now I'm just gonna set my onions here. I'm not gonna do anything to the micro basil greens. I'm just gonna put it into the fridge, and when we are having a salad or something, I'll just go ahead and sprinkle with that too. But I will show you what I mean. Basil microgreens. Look at these. Aren't they look so beautiful? Let's go ahead and clean the dishes also. So the kitchen, it's not going to be overwhelming later when I'm done with my little projects. Here's what I mean. Basil microgreens, they help reduce like inflammation in the body and help take a little bit of bacteria infections and things like that. Microgreens usually are really, like people say, powerhouse, packed, like full of protein and vitamins such as like vitamin A and C, and it has a bunch of minerals, so they are really good. So I just put it into the fridge, and guess what this is? Also, my farm friend dropped this off. Can you guess what this is? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, fresh. What is it, you guys? A lot of you use this, I know. Sumac. Homegrown, fresh sumac. She dropped it off too. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put that into the dehydrator and let it dehydrate overnight, and put it straight into mason jars. But this is gonna sit there for tonight, and it tastes so good. It's like tasting it fresh lemon. It's not so extremely sour as lemon is, but it's nice and lemony. So I put it into the dehydrator for the night, and this evening I'm working on straining my bone broth. As you can see, I am all about fermented foods and good healthy gut, and bone broth is also so nourishing and good for the body. We had some chicken a day ago, and I thought we are not going to throw these bones, and I mixed all kind of spices and herbs and salt and pepper and all of that. So I let it, let's say maybe 24 hours or even more in the Instant Pot, slow cook. And right now I'm just going to take a time just for me. I need to slow down. As you all know, our channel is about what? Spirituality, sustainable, and slow living lifestyle. So I'm going to go ahead and nourish myself with a little bit of bone broth. That was delicious. The rest of them will go into clean glass mason jars instead of plastic. Let that cool down. I'm gonna go to bed, and tomorrow we will take care of the sumac. I always make sure when my bone broth cools down completely, then I'll usually go ahead and put it into the fridge. It doesn't only give you a good healthy gut, the bone broth, but good nails, good hair, good skin. It's so nourishing. It's so good for us and good for our animals too. They love it. If I give this to our dogs, they love it. They will just glab it down quickly. So nothing goes to waste around here instead of throwing the bones. So if you are even home and you don't have Instant Pot, it's okay. A day that you are home, you can just go ahead, let your bones simmer, add spices, and just when you are home, just strain it, let it cool down for a few hours, put it into the fridge. So you don't even have to worry about using an Instant Pot. Just do this a day that you are home, and then your family has bone broth, drink it, cook with rice, quinoa, whatever you are cooking, you can add it with it. I have added even with when I bake things. You guys have seen me, my baked goods. I added a little bit of bone broth. Even if I make smoothie, Ramadan time especially, I always add some bone broth with my smoothies, and our children just love it. So now let's give a good quick cleanup again. As you know, I like to clean as I go. It just helps. It makes my life so much easier. And again, now when I honestly grab this towel, I'm like, let's put a clean towel. And I know this is your towel. You brought it for us, some goods with it. Thank you so much. I'm ending the night with your beautiful towel. It honestly happened just naturally. And I thought, oh, this is your towel too. So here, the sumac. I decided to put it, I told Sabrina actually, I said, we have some sumac from the farm. And she's like, oh, please share it with me. So my husband cleaned it yesterday, this coffee grinder. And I'm just going to go ahead and ground down the sumac. And then I have these very small, tiny glass jars. So I'm going to give it to my farm friend. Since she gave it to us, I'm going to give it to her. And give one to Sabrina and one jar for our family. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fermenting and straining bone broth and herbs sumac day. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you haven't subscribed, I would love you to subscribe. Give the videos thumbs up. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.